Tonight at the State Farm Center, Illinois hosts Little Rock for the first time since 2005 when that magical Illini team went all the way to the national championship game, thanks in large part to the brilliant coaching of Bruce Weber. And with that, we welcome you courtside in Champaign. Poof! Bruce Weber is here alongside me, Mike.
He's definitely taking advantage of that opportunity here.
Illini have won 4 of their first 5 games of the season. Little Rock comes in with a 3-3 record, and they get the ball to start things off. 4th meeting all time between these programs. Illinois is 3-0 against them. Immediately the ball is batted away and taken away for the Illini, and here's Yakuchonis.
One of the things Little Rock struggled with against Arkansas was turning the basketball over, and that led to easy hoops for the Hogs.
An air ball for Illinois. Meanwhile, Brad Underwood in his 8th year in charge of the Fighting Illini. If he wins this game, by the way, he will be tied for 5th all-time for most wins in the history of this Illinois program.
Yeah, he's done a great job here, there's no doubt, and they've been very, very consistent as of late.
That is Wilkinson getting the first points of the game. Again, in one.
This doesn't bother you, and he stepped up and made that big first 3 for them.
The Illini expect them to shoot a lot of threes as well. They shoot it more than anybody. Look at that no-look pass, and Trey White gets the orange and blue on the board.
So it's good to see the big guy.
Have been bit by the injury bug, including their star player who was supposed to be here, KK Robinson, the preseason player of the year in the conference, got injured right before the season began. He'll be out the whole year.
Young man that started at Arkansas and then went to Texas A&M, had a great year.
To him before the game, I mean, he knows Illinois is really good. So he said he's telling his guys, this is one of those,
coach, you want to win and you want your guys to compete, but he's getting them, want them to be relaxed and play well.
Trey White hits both free throws. He has all the scoring for Illinois thus far. Number 11, Jonathan Lawson, is the other offensive player to keep an eye on. He averages 16 points. Lawson and Wilkinson really are a 2-man combo offensive.
Ball to look more to score, and they've stepped up for Coach Walker.
Waiting for it. Not even 2 minutes into the game, and the Nugget chant comes alive in Champaign.
We're going to McDonald's.
There's nothing quite like early Nuggets on a Monday.
One of the things Coach Underwood talked about a lot at practice is getting paint touches, getting the ball inside, which they did that. Very patient, got it side to side with the easy post feed.
That's Ivasic with the bucket, and then a steal by White. Here comes Illinois, and ball's in the hands of Boswell. He finds a cutting White, who gets denied at the rim.
Still a good possession, good defense by Little Rock Trojans. Did a good job stealing it, being patient, getting a good look.
And that slam inside ends what was a 6-0 Illinois run. Ante Bellion with the bucket. Bellion's one of those guys. They have a few guys who are technically sophomores, but they basically feel like they're freshmen due to not a lot of playing time their first year, with injuries or transferring from a lower level like a junior college. His 8th grade year, and his family had to move to the West Coast.
He went to the prep school in Arizona, and they had a chance to really be close to him and get him the first time.
Trey White with the rebound. White's your leading scorer so far for Illinois. Tomislav Ivasic gives it right back to Boswell.
Got the switch for Little Rock, and he took advantage of the big guy on him, getting to the basket to take advantage because they're worried about those threes, and you get to the
first, not even 4 minutes. Make it 5. For Ivasic. Back to Ivasic. Out to the freshman. Will Riley's first shot goes awry. And Ivasic with the follow. That's going to be a timeout.
1 to win and 1 to tie, and they just didn't go.
Heartbreaking end to what was one of the greatest seasons. Still one of the best teams to ever not win a national championship.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
I'm sure it doesn't make
me feel good.
The three-pointers are so much more this year than even last year. And Brad Underwood's talked a lot for years about how much he likes the three, very simply, as Ivisic gets two more. A three-point.
Get three, it's easy math. Well, no, there's basketball, it's a little more complicated than that.
And the threes have to go. You have to have shooters that are good at finishing. Hard foul inside on Will Riley, and the freshman will head. Foul was on Toon Gatek, number 32.
Don't let the balls roll around. He went up for a dunk, put them on defense. That'll give you opportunities where they will draw the fouls.
5 to shoot. And another whistle.
You can tell if the guys are ready to play when they do those little things, those activity things. That's it.
But what about for the players? A lot of these guys didn't even know each other before this year. How long does it take a team like that?
In the post.
He's coming off his best game of his young career, a double-double when Illinois last played against Maryland Eastern Shore just 2 days ago. That floater is good for Jordan Jefferson. Jefferson's a guy who can heat up for them. He scored double digits each of their first 2 games before an injury brought his production down. He's getting back to healthy. He can be a weapon for them.
Another young man that they felt would be a possible OVC all.
Guided the team to a program record 37 wins 20 years ago, Bruce.
Who's that old guy on that screen there? That's what I want to know. But just special memories. What a team we had.
Top 10 greatest college basketball games of all time. That was amazing.
It was amazing. There's no doubt that last stretch, it's hard to explain it, to be honest.
I'm sure you've told the story before, but what was said in the timeout with under because you're down?
We put all this into it. We were so good, and now we did.
Pushed you guys to the Final Four. You eventually went to the national title game. One heck of a year.
Open up good threes.
Boswell guarded tight. Ivisic thinks about it, flips in a three, the second one of the game for Illinois.
He's been so key, and he's made good passes. I was boo-boo, and I broke things too.
Boo-boo and Bam Bam will have a podcast one day soon. Riley, a really deep three for the freshman. It's funny, one of the things the staffer said, I said, what are you working on with Riley? The only thing they said was, weight room? We want him to put on a few more pounds. There's Johnson fighting inside and a two-hand slam for the... But White comes away with it on the run.
Done a great job of controlling the boards on both ends of the court tonight.
Illinois is a great rebounding team. 49 boards a game right now. White takes it all by himself.
You talked about Riley and you talked about gaining weight. You know, all freshmen, the biggest adjustment is usually the strength factor, the weight factor, going against older guys, and then the defensive end. You know, every possession, you can't take a possession off, especially when you get in the conference.
Alley-oop to Riley for the slam. The freshman Riley has a game-high 10 points right now. Illinois flying high.
A big team.
Riley's 6'8". Ball swung around, 2 on the shot clock. Humrickhouse running out of time, drills it. Every game thus far this year.
And I know people have talked about his story, but to be playing NAIA basketball and now be playing for the Illini, just amazing how his progression over the last few years. Yes, because as soon as you put it down, those little guys are swiping at it, and they're going to get a steal or a deflection.
Illinois lost a turnover, then gained a turnover, and Jakob Jonas with a three-pointer.
Known for creating for
1 unanswered points for them.
Again, I talked about it earlier. I just thought Little Rock would struggle scoring. I didn't think it would be this tough. Great job by the Illini on defense.
Trey White with an easy 2.
Easy hoops. They've had to earn everything.
More than 7 minutes since the Trojans last scored. They average 72 points a game. They're sitting on 13 right now. That finally ends it. Almost in 8 minutes.
It's different styles, and that's how you develop your team and your identity.
Underwood told us, he was like, really with Alabama, it's kind of a pick your poison defensively. He wasn't upset with their effort or anything. He was upset they lost, but wasn't upset with their defensive effort.
I mean, just amazing. You think, you know, they've come down to the wire against
58-yard field goal. So they get a chance to go for it on 4th and 14, and Pat Bryant Citrus Bowl is absolutely possible.
Which would be great for Illini fans.
Good time to be an Illini fan. The men's team's off to a good start. The football team potentially playing in a Citrus Bowl. 9-win season. The women's basketball team ranked
A team player. No, you can. I hope you ask any of the coaches at whatever school I was at. I got to know them. We had. It goes a long way. There's no doubt about it.
Brad Underwood, a country that they're all on the exact same page.
Yeah, Josh has done a great job of, he supports them, gets them what they need to be successful. There's no doubt about that.
Yakachonis with another basket. He's got
talking there, and he might have drawn a technical foul. Talking a little trash. He definitely can't get in his face. And
up by 31 is Illinois.
So important. So every time the Big Ten wins, it's good for all the teams in the conference.
Especially when you're beating some of the power conference teams, which the Big Ten has done in decent amount in the last handful of days. Yakachonis corrals that pass and scores. They've had double digits.
They've had some really good wins against some of the major teams in the other conferences. It's great. Michigan State with a really good win today in Maui. Talked to Coach Izzo before they left, and he was talking about, if they could get by, they got UConn. They don't have UConn.
Big Ten as a whole doing well in non-conference wins.
Coach Katie told me this 40-some years ago. And I'll be honest, I do not love where if you beat teams badly, your offensive and defensive efficiencies are high, but that's the way the rules are, and you got to worry about it. A long season.
Yeah.
And these guys, even though some are freshmen.
To Illinois' players and coaches, it's also a credit to Chicken Nuggets, because we just had the Chicken Nugget again with 2 missed free throws, and we had that just 2 minutes into the ball game. That really set the tone for Illinois tonight.
We're going to be eating good for the next 2 days.
It's a good week for eating good, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it is. I got to get ready. I got to save for that turkey. We're having Thanksgiving tomorrow night with our family, so I better. Young guy is so important. He doesn't get speeded up. I think a little bit about an Alabama game.
Yakachonis had 15 points. That is, in his brief career, a career high, and he's only 2 away from that with 20 minutes of ball game still to come. Complete and total domination for the Fighting Illini at home. 51 points for them.
They're not playing the score as far as that. Like, I'm going to give up. I'm going to go get a rebound. I'm going to get on the floor. I'm going to take a charge. All those things that make a difference in games.
Nice pass. Ivasic with the slam. That was set up from Yakachonis. A great feed.
It's the quick drag screen. He kind of slipped out of it, made the quick kick-ahead pass for the easy layup.
Boswell with a quick steal. Yakachonis all alone.
Definitely have one, and they have a backstop to their defense. They have some size, and they can block some shots.
Little Rock finally gets their first points of this second half. That's Jordan Jefferson, who was the team leading scorer in the first half with 7 points.
It's the one thing Coach Walker thought they could take advantage of on the ball screen coverage with the Illini bigs. They do that drop coverage, and if you come up that ball screen, you got that little pull-up. I know in analytics, it's not a good shot, but sometimes, hey, if we get buckets.
With 2, they're dominating points inside.
And free throws, and offensive rebounds, and the game, and the score.
Jonas left all alone. Is having the greatest, trying to force the issue. Yakachonis with an outlet to Boswell. He's got White. That second chance is good.
Boswell shaking his head. He just blew 2 of his assists. Makes like Trey White's an action guy. KJ is an action guy. He moves a little slower. He's a slow-moving action guy. But you don't have to be fast or athletic to be an action guy. You are a guy that can create. Now, the spacers are more like Ben. He's the guy that's spacing, shooting the threes. You know, keeping the team and their staff adjusted to it. And again, they had good spacers. They could spread the court last year. And then they had guys that were action guys. Damas was in action.
About how it's hard in this modern day to find competitiveness. He's like how incredibly competitive he was. And that's what made Underwood go, oh, he's
getting trophies and for everything you do. My grandkids get trophies for everything. And I tell them it's great and I'm proud of them. But, you know, it's to win is so important, to play to win. And that drive, and Damas obviously had that. There's no doubt about that.
And just to be clear, you're lying to your grandkids, is what you're saying. That's what my takeaway here is.
I want them to be competitive and not cheat. You know, we're playing.
Sure. Here's Marez Johnson Jr., a freshman who was a top 30.
We're going to define that the longer he's in the weight room. He's got those long arms. He's got good experience playing the NBA arena. We're going to the Barclays or, you know, to Indianapolis or whatever. You know, you got that, usually have that opportunity with the Big Ten tournament games. You want different styles of play so you're ready for anything because you have.
Jay White drills a free throw.
Always talk about it, but not only does it get you to the line, get you points, but it puts the other team in a bind.
That's Booth with a shot from deep, and that's good. His first basket of the day. How about this? He's made 5 field goals on the season. 4 of them are threes.
And almost every shot has been a 3, and he's really, really talented. I was surprised yesterday at practice. He can shot block, he's long, he's athletic.
He is long. Look at that wingspan right now on defense.
Yeah, he can do some things. He can play both ends of the court. I think the big thing is that paying attention, and that's, again, he is worldly. He's a young guy, but he's been around, and probably somebody did it to him somewhere along the line, so I'm going to get him back. And it's, I mentioned that at the start, it's not only winning the game, it's winning it convincingly and having good offense and defensive efficiency because it all helps your net rating.
Nice spin move.
We're at the Nike trip. The people from Nike, Eric Lautenbach, Mikey, just great people, and they kind of set it up. I mean, we couldn't have been more special venue. You know, we're out on this cliff, and they have, you know, balloons floating up in the air, and it's just amazing. But officiated the wedding.
Amazing.
Gary Waters' wife sang. She just did an unbelievable job, but I'll always remember that. I was not only a best man, but I was also a maid of honor.
Incredible. Just incredible. You know, if you've got like a mom and dad and their 2 sons are playing or their 2 daughters are playing and they'll have like the jersey where it's cut in half. Did you do that for the wedding? Did you have the right side of your body a suit and the left
side
side
a dress on?
Yeah.
Yes, it was fun and just great memories. Obviously, 19 years with Coach, it was just amazing. He gave Winsky banked one off the glass to win it. But the even better part of the story, this is before BTN, this is before ESPN. The games were on tape delay.
Okay.
And one of my buddies, Steve Brown, he came to the game. He drove it, and they had to pay him.
What was the
kids to know who we're going to recruit? So, but just some great memories and really special.
Henson was so good. We showed that graphic earlier about how he's #1 all-time for Illinois head coaching wins by miles. There's a shot and a whistle for Illinois. What was your
on the rebound, block out, and he's getting a couple. KJ's getting a couple of free throws.
Yakachonis sitting on 20 points. His team up now by
efficient night, doing it not out of character, forcing shots, just playing the game the right way.
Lawhorn for 3s.
Again, use your minutes. Get trust. And players always say, Coach, you got to give me trust. No, it's the other way around. You have to give the coach trust in you, so play well so they feel good going to the locker room to practice the next day.
Gets Lawhorn again, just hit one a second ago. Gets his long rebound. Spins, creates space, and scores.
People, promotions people, and said, hey, Darren came up with a good idea. Let's keep it orange. And it started like that. And some of our opponents kind of joked. It was the orange color. They could never see the ball. They didn't. Our guys didn't have trouble, but they're.
It was the Big Ten ACC Challenge. You were both ranked in the top 5.
They got into it. They got after their team. It was really intimidating. There's no doubt. I screwed up their nightlife a little bit with that.
That is wild. What a great team that was. We were up 21 at the half and held Chris Paul to only 10 or 6 when they go on the road to take on Northwestern. Then they've got Wisconsin back here. But again, it's 5 consecutive games for Illinois after this one against power conference teams. 3 of them are ranked in the top 20. The other 2 are away from home against their main rivals, Northwestern and Missouri.
The league goes undefeated tonight, which is positive. How about the Badgers? They are a surprise, the way they're scoring the basketball. So Illini have some to go to Northwestern. Missouri's playing good basketball. Arkansas. Coach Underwood will get their attention quickly after this.
I think so. He'll have to be thrilled as well with a 92-34 victory, which does indeed take Brad Underwood into the top 5 all-time in the history of Illinois men's basketball. He now has 148 wins